Like always getting hit by blue shells in the lead, so are the games of our lives. What? No one else? Just me? These are the games of our lives. Super Mario and Pokemon and all the games that took us to another place and made us want to keep playing all night. These are the games of our lives.
Welcome to the Games of Our Lives podcast. We hope you're having a wonderful, happy, and healthy new year. First show of 2022. And you're listening to both Bill and Tony. And welcome to the show. By the way, before we dive in, I just want to remind people that if you are a Spotify listener, Spotify did add a star rating system to their algorithm. So if you do listen on Spotify, if you could give us a 5-star review, that would be fantastic. As well as on iTunes, if you could rate us 5 stars. Shout out to Johnny O, who left the most recent review. Thank you very much.
Fan of the week.
The iTunes review of the week, for sure.
What did it say?
You know, it said, you guys are pretty good, and will you be my dad?
Oh, it said that?
To that we say, yes.
Of course.
We will be your dad. Hey, Tony, you ready to get into the news?
So ready. Well, wait. Actually, no. Is it like we're the same dad, or we're both our own separate father figure to him?
Like, we will be his second and third or third and fourth fathers, depending on his family dynamic, I would assume.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to know if I need to, blow the dust off the old synchronizing human being system that I have next to my Game Boy Advance SP. Just kidding, I love that system. Anyway, here's the news. Bill, take us away.
One of my favorite things of all time when it comes to media, TV shows, cartoons, whatever, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and just got announced that they're going to be coming to Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, but you know what? The fact that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in it, pretty hype. Tony, do you play Fortnite?
Nope, never played it, and not really a fan of the Ninja Turtles, but I know how much you like them and how much everyone likes Fortnite, and it seems pretty cool. Good for them. They're just in everything now. They're in Nick All-Star Brawl. I mean, that's the game to be in, and now they're in Fortnite, and that's a nice little addition for them, for their resume. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the TMNT movie just came back to Netflix, so if you haven't seen the original, go check it out.
Maybe I will. If you lower your voice a little bit, maybe I will.
Check it out now, Codad.
This is gonna be the fastest divorce. This poor kid Johnny O wants us to be the fathers. What a mistake.
Well, welcome to the family, Johnny O.
Dude, there's there's a singer, like an artist from I think the 70s or the 80s, and his name is Johnny O. He sings Dream Voice / Dream Girl. You're my dream girl. Do. Yeah, it's
Do you think that's who left the review?
I pray to God that's who I hope left the review. It'd be insane.
Like, I would love it if like an 85-year-old former superstar singer was the one who left the review for us and wants us to be his younger dad.
If that man literally listened to this podcast and went on there and left that review, there is no boundary to what the universe can do. Honestly, there's just no way that that's him.
In my heart, I'm gonna believe it.
I'll reach out to him. I'll find him on Instagram or something.
On an opposite note of reunions and bringing people together, the Microsoft company is kicking out one of its family members. In fact, Microsoft announced that they are discontinuing the Xbox One.
Are they really?
Xbox One is no longer in production. Now's your last chance to probably grab them off of shelves. Otherwise, they gone. It's all about that Series X or whatever the new one is called.
Dude, wag the finger to the Xbox names. Like,
I can't keep on top of them at all.
No point. Just pointless. Completely makes me write them off as a system, even though I know them. I'm like, look at how easy PlayStation did it. 1, 2, and now it's like Nintendo. They make, Wii and Wii U. All right, that's fine. That's not as bad. But the Switch, that's different and works. But Xbox, Find some better names, man. That's awful. That's a wag.
How do you go from Xbox to Xbox 360 to Xbox One to Xbox Series X? There is no rhyme or reason to whatever they're doing, and you know what? They're lucky that they have Halo and Game Pass, because otherwise, the whole company would be a wag of the finger.
Agreed. Unfortunately, but yeah, at the third iteration in the series, and they call it Xbox One. Are you kidding me? That's the worst. Almost as a little bit worse than calling the fourth one Series X, because X means 5 or 10, right? In Roman numerals, definitely not 4. I could rule out 4. I'm pretty sure it's 10.
It is 10, and it is not the 10th Xbox. It's only the third one. Absolutely embarrassing. Microsoft can't even count. Idiots. Dumbs.
I think it's the fourth one.
Yeah, that would be so Series X is the fourth one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't I had one for a little bit, and then I played some Halo. I got my kick. I sold it, and yeah, Game Pass is nice.
Bada bing, bada boom.
That's it. Yeah, I don't really it's stuff like that, honestly, when I hear a new console come out, like their Series X console, it makes me kind of even like disregard the fact that they're still producing like You really think like they're making PS4s right now? Maybe they are, but I have a hard time believing it. It kind of just feels weird.
Actually, Sony came out just recently in the last couple of days because the PlayStation 5s have been so hard to come by. They initially were going to also discontinue the PS4s, but instead they are actually increasing production of PS4s to make up for the lack of PS5s available.
What? That's another wag.
Which is weird, right?
That is not how you fix the problem.
I feel like they should just make more PS5s.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, we don't have enough PS5s. Let's make some PS4s.
What the hell?
Because if you put
that?
5 of them together, it's the same as 4 PS5s. So you might as well just math it out that way.
That is horrendous. Dude, I think Nintendo does some bad stuff, but this is like some concrete, like very highly paid people sitting in a meeting room making decisions that end up being the Xbox One and let's make more PS4s a year into the PS5's release, or however long it's been. Like, let's make more. People aren't getting this PS5. We're gonna have to make some more PS4s for them to carry on with until they can get their hands on a PS5.
You think if I cut my PS5 into 5 pieces, it counts as 5 PS1s?
It probably will run the same way, yeah, all the individual pieces.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I may have to do that then. Maybe I'll just
one of the pieces.
I'll cut it in half-ish so I have a PS3 and a PS2.
Oh, actually, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna have two 2.5s.
Is that a PS2 Slim? Like, what the heck's a PlayStation 2.5?
It's actually a really, really fat PS2.
Oh, no.
Yeah, fatter than the fat boy.
Oh, fatter than the fat boy? Jeez.
Or fat girl. Not just, not sexualized, nothing. Everyone's, got their own weight.
We'll call it the fat console. The thick with 2 C's console.
Thank you. Saved my ass again.
Speaking of getting their asses saved, Nintendo has been kind of on a roll lately. And there's a game that is going to, for sure, move consoles off of shelves. And a new trailer just dropped this week. We're talking about Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Trailer dropped 2 days ago. By the way, 2022 is the 30th anniversary for the Kirby franchise, which is probably partially why this game is coming out this year and why it's such a huge celebration. The release date for this game, by the way, announced for March, like end of March of this year. So coming up soon, 2 months away.
So good.
The game looks incredible. Tony, what are your thoughts on the trailer that you watched?
Oh, it looks so good. It already looked good before the trailer, but now they give us this and they're really letting you know we're not messing around with this game. Because, Nintendo could be like, all right, here's this game. Seems, really like a good idea. But then you start playing it and you're like, all right, kind of corny, kind of something, however. any negative take you could take on it would be. But this is not one of those games, and you could tell instantly they did not cut corners with this game. They went all out. They're paying all the homage to Kirby right now. They're saying, here is a game that you deserve. This man, who we named Kirby after, saved our asses like Bill saves my ass, and we're going to make a good game for him, even though the other games are good. But this one is completely, like, this is good for, like, a Mario game. You know, this looks like it's just going to be insane. Insane. So hyped for this.
I will say Nintendo, when it comes to first-party titles that come out on the Switch, Nintendo has been basically hitting home run after home run with their major franchises. You know, you got Zelda with Breath of the Wild, home run. Mario Odyssey, home run. You got Metroid Dread, home run. And now we have Kirby, and the game hasn't come out yet, and it already looks like a grand salami right there.
Why didn't you mention Pokemon Sword and Shield in the Grand Slam home run category?
Because those are made by Game Freak, not Nintendo's internal people, so I excluded it. And also, it's not a home run. It's like a ground double at best.
It's like a double play for the opposition at best. Just kidding, dude. That episode's coming.
Sony and Microsoft both won when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out.
Oh, that's so bad.
Partially true, but we can talk about that in another episode.
Yeah, well, the one day for all the people just waiting to hear how we feel about Gen 8, they only listen to this podcast for that. Like, that episode's never going to happen.
It's going to be a violent episode for sure.
The helmet wearer for sure.
Let's get back to Kirby. A couple of things that were introduced, or at least announced for this game. There's going to be a hub town with what looks to be like mini games and some unlockables going on. Including like fishing. It looks like there's like a cooking mini game. The game announced that there's going to be co-op. Now, whether that's couch only or online remains to be seen, but it looks like you can have a second player play as Waddle Dee, which is really fun. And Kirby also gets a gun power-up, which is new to the Kirby franchise.
Shadow the Hedgehog, homage.
Is this going to be like the dark Kirby game? Like Sonic had Shadow the Hedgehog, which is the dark Sonic game. Is this going to be the Shadow the Hedgehog equivalent in the Kirby franchise?
No way. There's no dark Kirby game.
Kirby's got a gun. Dee better run. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, I wasn't gonna interrupt.
I actually just don't know how to sing more words than that. I have to drop it at 2 lines. So, but that's just how it goes. All right.
Tell everyone that watched your karaoke that. Tone classic. Sorry, I think you're a good singer.
Oh, thanks, man. I think you're a good singer too.
Thank you.
An even better rapper.
Thank you. I agree with that.
And as the Poke rapper, you must be excited about this new game that we're going to be talking about called Pokemon Legends Arceus /Arceus / whatever you want to pronounce that C as. Extended gameplay trailer dropped this week. What are your thoughts, Tone?
Still cautiously optimistic, I think is the best way I could describe it.
I left the trailer, I guess, more optimistic about the game, but still I'm on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to get the game at all.
Really?
It feels very Monster Hunter-y to me. I do like the fact that you can have Pokemon battles, but the gameplay just it doesn't look like it's the type of game for me.
Interesting call. I respect it.
It's going to be a wait for reviews kind of game, for sure.
I think that's very fair.
It's such a departure from traditional Pokemon, which, you know, could go either way for most people. And the game looks fine. Like, visually, it looks good. I like that there's 4 different biomes that you get to explore, and everything looks like it's mission-based, which is kind of cool. I wonder, like, how long of a game this is, because if it's only like a 10 or 15 hour game, it's going to be a hard sell at $60. And
Agreed.
I wonder, you know, since it looks like it is a predominantly single-player experience, like what kind of experience you're really going to get, because Pokemon has always been a multiplayer experience.
I couldn't agree more. I I mean, I think the only thing I disagree with is that I think aesthetically it looks pretty bad. I want to say,
Right.
I'm not a fan of the graphics. I'm not a fan of most of it. I guess I'm cautiously optimistic, but I just have very mixed feelings about it because when you see that trailer, you just want this to be the ultimate game. You know, you want this to be the Breath of the Wild / Skyrim / just like every generation Pokemon, just like humongous map, just like GTA 5 or big, you know what? Even like way bigger than
Right.
not way bigger, but something like that. Just take me to some place unbelievable as a Pokemon fan. I don't think this game is that. I think it's a cool idea, but I think you're right. I think it's a somewhat, I think, of a Monster Hunter kind of skin to it, but I think it will be a little bit different from that. But you're right. This is, I think, held in such high regard by a lot of people. But if it is only a 10 or 15 hour game, that's a fail in my book. You know what I mean? Like that, you can't. But I don't think it's gonna be that because Pokemon's pretty good at, you know, making things available post game or doing things with other people. I don't think it's gonna be like, all right, you ran through Pokemon Snap and now you can never play it again. You know, unless
Right.
you want to take the same pictures a million times.
Yeah, I wonder what the replayability will end up being for this game, and I think that's going to go a long way into whether this is the game for me. As it stands right now, I don't know.
When's this coming out? A couple days?
This game comes out, I think, 2 weeks from today. I think it comes out on the 28th. We're recording this on Friday, January 14th. So I want to say it comes out 2 Fridays from today.
Oh, that's
Soon.
soon. Yeah, that's really soon. All right, well, we'll have some talk about that soon.
For sure. For sure. Let us know if you have any thoughts on Pokemon Legends Arceus in the comments, either on YouTube or over on Twitter at Games of Our Pod. Yeah, I got nothing else on Legends Arceus. How about you? Anything else?
Nope. We'll see how it ends up. I'm hoping for the best, but expecting I'm pre-game gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I think that's kind of high too for me, but that's what I'm gonna give it right now. 2 weeks away from the release.
I'm going to call it a 6 right now. 6 out of 10 pre-release score. For example, by the way, Kirby has a pre-release score of like 9.8 for me.
Yep, that sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty accurate too. Kirby looks incredible. This Pokemon game looks interesting, which is the nicest thing I can say about it right now.
I'll buy it when it comes out, and I'll give
All right.
everyone my 2 cents.
Perfect.
Maybe I'll even stream it a little bit with all the other million people that stream it.
Perfect. And that is it for the news today. We're going to move on to the main event, though. We are going to be talking about Mario Kart 8, which, you know what? Not for nothing. I'll just come out and say it. It's, I think, the best Mario Kart to ever come out.
Mario Kart! Hey!
So Mario Kart 8 initially came out on the Wii U back in 2014, featured 32 tracks, had a new feature of anti-gravity, was like the new big thing, where with all the trailers, it showed like Mario's kart going upside down and all this stuff. Really doesn't do that, but from your angle, but it lets you bump into other racers to get a spin boost. And listen, you get to race with 11 other people, throw items at each other, go around each track about 3 times, and winner takes all. Friendships are ruined. You know the drill, guys. It's Mario Kart.
Nailed it.
This game, when it came out on the Wii U back in 2014, I remember I called out sick from work to play the game. I wanted to unlock everything day one, and boy howdy, is that what I did. Folks at the hospital, sorry that this news is coming out later.
I have to contact them and get you in trouble now.
After I've already quit for 4 years, they're going to, after the fact, dock me pay or something.
I want your next job that calls him as a reference to get a pretty bad, honest review from them saying, yeah, he would call out to play games and stuff.
Hey, listen, in Japan, I'm pretty sure that's why they turn Nintendo releases into national holidays.
Do they?
Yeah, because people will call, like, if, like, when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, that was like practically a national holiday. Mad people called out that day.
Really?
Yeah. Because everybody in Japan's a gamer.
Dude, Japan's so cool, man.
Oh, man. I want to go. Tony, you want to come with me?
Yes, please.
All right, cool. Me, you, and Johnny O can book a flight.
Yo. Da 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 da. Sorry, that's the Johnny O song. Another one. I think it's the same one as before.
Hey, listen. Even if we sing the same song 50 times, like the fact that he wants us as their dad, it's all that I need.
We support our son.
We do support our son. Now, Mario Kart 8 featured when it first came out. It was 32 tracks, 16 of which were brand new. 16 of which were remakes of older tracks from previous Mario games. So it really almost felt like a Mario Kart Ultimate type experience. The cool thing about this game is that it also had a handful of new items. 4 to be exact. There was the Boomerang Flower. What are your thoughts on the Boomerang Flower?
It's one of my least favorite items.
Basically, it's it's almost like a green shell that you can fire forward or backward, and it comes back to you. And you get like 3 or 4 throws. Not super accurate. You get it kind of in like the middle places. I agree. It's not one of my favorites. Kind of along the same lines as Piranha Plant, which is new as well. I don't love Piranha Plant either.
Agreed. I think the boomerang is definitely useful, but it's not advancing me in the game at all. You know what I mean? It doesn't like change my game state much. It's just like hurting others' game states.
I feel like Piranha Plant actively hurts your game state.
Me too, for some reason. Even though I just found out recently you could hit that boost like as much as you want and it'll go, it still sucks. It's just like not good.
It almost locks you into place, and it's harder for you to like steer because the Piranha Plant, whenever it bites, it like shifts your momentum towards the bite a little bit. Mm-hmm. And you always feel just like a little bit out of control. And when you're in the higher speeds, like 150 in mirror, it's a really noticeable situation. And in 200, it's practically an unusable item.
Yeah.
The next item is the Crazy 8, which is just like an upgrade from the I don't remember what the 7 one was called from Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. There was like an item that had a 7 wheel around you. But Crazy 8, basically, it's 8 items wrapped around you. It's a star, a mushroom, a green shell, a banana, a red shell, a bomb. What am I missing? I'm missing 2. Did I say a star?
Yeah.
Do you get ink on that one?
I don't remember.
Lord knows. But you get a whole boatload of items. It's definitely a pretty solid item, if not just for the star. That's never bad, but you usually get it in the lower places if you're in the bottom half. The next item, the last item that is new to this race is probably my favorite, maybe one of my favorite new items in Mario Kart period. It's the Super Horn. Who doesn't love the Super Horn?
It's so good.
The Super Horn, for those who don't know, is an item that you can get, I think, in any place. And what it does is it basically provides you a temporary circle of protection, and it will destroy any shells that come your way, including blue shells, which is huge. Because if you're in first place, the number one thing you got to look out for is your back end. And if you have a horn in your back pocket, you're basically set.
Yeah, it's a really good spot to be in.
Not only does it damage any weapons that are near you, it will also knock over opponents that are near you. So if you're next to an opponent and you have the Super Horn, you can blast it and you'll knock them out. It gives them like the same kind of knockout as being hit with a shell.
You're telling me all these new items, but I've never played Mario Kart before. What is it?
So Mario Kart is it's a party racer. You and up to 11 of your friends can race around as different Super Mario mascots around race courses in the Mushroom Kingdom. And you go around each race course with 3-ish laps. Some races have more, some races have fewer. And you use items, and the goal is to come in first place. It's a franchise that's been around for 30 years, ever since Super Mario Kart came out back in like 1991. It's a pretty commonplace. I believe it's the number one selling franchise that Nintendo's got outside of Pokemon right now. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is one of the highest selling video games of all time and has been Nintendo's pack-in game with their consoles ever since 2014 with Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
Can you use a gun when you drive?
You can basically use a gun when you drive. In the terms of the great Ernest Hemingway, he once said, "Yo, watch out for them green shells off the corners, though, because they will hit you back." You can look it up. That's a real quote. I took it right from the Wikipedia.
That's insane. Dude, Wikipedia is dying for my $2.45.
Listen, I'm just nervous for the day that the Super Mario wiki comes asking for spare change because we're going to be in a world of hurt.
I don't want to spoil the big charity event coming up, but I know where my money's going if I win.
What they could do with that
Wikipedia.
money. Oh my god, so good. That's so funny.
I'm definitely putting that in my bio.
Please do. Please do. That would be so good. Oh, man.
Sorry, animal rights activist.
No, it's all good.
That's where the money was probably gonna go, but now, I don't know, man.
Wikipedia's looking needy as hell.
Real needy. $2.50? $2.50 they need?
$2.50. I can barely swing it.
Sorry, I only have my card on me.
Not only is there the option to race on one of these 32, or should I say 48 tracks, because this game also came out with the Wii U with 2 DLC packs, each having 8 racetracks apiece, with a handful of new racers as well. There was a Zelda track pack and an Animal Crossing track pack. Each featured a couple of classic tracks, 2 or 3 new tracks, and a track each with that franchise. So there is a Zelda racetrack as well as an Animal Crossing racetrack. And each of them also has an F-Zero racetrack attached to it, which is just kind of wild that there's not Captain Falcon in this game. Although his car and 2 courses from his franchise are.
Not cool.
Mario Kart 9, whenever you come out, if you don't add Captain Falcon, that's just a slap to the face.
Yeah, real selective, putting Link in there, but no Pokemon and no Captain Falcon. Okay, no problem. Get your own.
Hey,
Zelda
you got
course.
Inklings.
Yeah, they put Inklings in there.
Yeah, you got Inklings. You got Cat Peach.
Yeah, what the hell, Dry Bones Bowser?
Hey, we don't slander Dry Bowser in this household.
I'm not slandering. I am slandering a little bit, I guess. But like, you could put the Inkling in the game, but you can't put a good old Pikachu. You know?
Right. I believe actually the Inklings are exclusive to Deluxe. Deluxe added like 6 or 7 new characters as well.
Great game.
Yes, I mean Mario Kart Deluxe is basically the way to play Mario Kart these days. It is the best Mario Kart experience in my opinion to date. Has really solid online. Has 48 racetracks. It is a port of Mario Kart 8 from the Wii U. You can really talk about them practically interchangeably. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, however, features all of the DLC and extra characters on board included, so you don't have to pay extra. And it adds characters like King Boo, Gold Mario, Dry Bones, Bowser Jr., Inklings, and Champions Tunic Link to promote some Breath of the Wild shenaniganry. What's not to love there?
Just would like Pikachu to use Pikachu in the game would be pretty cool.
Hey, there's rumors that the new Mario Kart 9 is gonna have kind of like an everyone is here kind of mentality. So, hey, maybe Mario Kart 9 ends up being a let's include as many new faces kind of game.
That'd be crazy. You know, it's funny because one, I'm only kidding about the Pikachu thing. I think it's the second best Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart 64 is a 10 out of 10. That's my favorite, but this is also a 10 out of 10. And an insane experience. I can't say really anything bad about this game. Virtually nothing. I think this game is like near perfect. But it's so good, even though it came out like almost 8 years ago now, that I don't even think about Mario Kart 9. Like the fact that that's probably being worked on and will come out and could actually like have all different characters. I don't know, just to make another new Mario Kart, I feel like they set the bar so high with this game that the next one's got to be unbelievable.
And that's kind of a tradition in Mario Kart, I would say, for the most part. And Mario Kart 64 aside, which is really, looking back, it's one of the most unique Mario Kart games in the whole franchise. But ever since Double Dash, they've really upped the ante with each successive game. Double Dash is my favorite game. Actually, it's my second favorite. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is my favorite. With each successive game, you had Mario Kart Double Dash, which was a really, really solid game. And then you had Mario Kart Wii, which was a really, really solid game, to be followed up with Mario Kart 8 with a couple of handheld titles in the mix there with Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart 7, which also were incredible games. There isn't a bad game in the bunch.
There is not.
To say that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the quintessential Mario Kart experience today really holds a lot of weight. And to call it a near perfect game or even a perfect game, I don't know that there's a game with fewer glaring flaws that is a first-party title from any company as there is with Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart is about as clean a game that you can really come across.
Agreed. Obviously, there are I think it's very accepted to use items, so being in last and becoming a bullet bill or getting lightning or all that stuff, items definitely for the, throughout the years of all the different Mario Karts play into effect. But when it comes down to it, best racer wins without items, even most of the time with items, like consistently.
Right.
I don't know, time trials, all that stuff. It's just you're right, it's a clean game, and there are very few glaring problems.
Right. I think the biggest problem when this game first came out was just the online was shaky because the Wii U's online was not great. And even the Switch, when it first came out, although I will say the Switch's online Mario Kart experience is not a bad one.
Not at all. Really well done.
Compared to games like Super Smash Brothers, which have a lot of problems, Mario Kart doesn't really have those problems. So I don't know what Nintendo's doing wrong with Smash's online, but take a page out of Mario Kart, guys, because it's damn near perfect.
Damn near perfect.
Damn near perfect.
And a little tip of the hat right here. You don't have to sign and read an 84-page, user agreement before playing like you do with Crash Nitro Kart Racing for the Switch.
I didn't even realize you had to sign some sort of garbage agreement for that.
Well, I said it a couple episodes ago, so I guess you don't really listen when I talk, do you?
Shows how much I pay attention.
Oh, well, I know who's not going to be fan of the week next week, and it's one of us.
Dang it! I was really hoping, but gosh.
Yeah, you've been sending me a lot of emails and stuff. I was thinking about doing it, but
Man, I'd like to formally apologize.
Noted. Let's move on. Noted! Let's move on.
So, Tony, got a question for you.
Hit me.
You play a lot of Mario Kart 8 and or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, from what it sounds like.
Never played them.
Who's your main?
Yoshika.
Which color Yoshi?
Yellow.
Yellow Yoshi. Do you have a favorite kart?
I use the standard kart with the standard wheels and the clouds glider.
Oh, cool. I like the cloud glider. It's pretty adorable.
I like it. I feel like the weight goes down a little bit, acceleration or handle goes up a little bit, and that just makes the most sense. This is, out of all the games that I've played and things, I guess out of all the different kinds of games I've played, including like Yu-Gi-Oh, not just video games, but this is one of those games where like everyone says the heavies are the best, but I will just, and I want to be, this is one of those games that I take a lot of pride in where I'm like, yeah, I want to be the best. Like, I want to never lose this game, even though I'm definitely not the best, but I definitely back my stuff up in Mario Kart, I think, for the most part. I will say that.
For sure.
This is just one game where I refuse to use anyone but Yoshi. I've been using Yoshi, and I could use, like, in Mario Kart 64, any of the light characters, Peach or Toad too, but, yeah, in Mario Kart 8, like, I won't use Waluigi, Bowser, Roy, any of those. It's just Yoshi. I feel very comfortably when I have high handling, even if my speed isn't that good. I feel like I compensate the speed with getting a lot of mini turbos and using my drift a lot, and I don't know, that just feels the best to me, even though it's probably not optimal. But yeah, in the standard car and stuff, I just like high handles, decent acceleration, low to decent speed, but most of the time it gets me there. But how about you? Who do you like?
Just to piggyback on your point there real quick, in my experience, I've seen just as many successful light characters as I've seen heavy characters be successful. This really feels like one of the most balanced Mario Karts, and it's not like some of the older Mario Kart games where if you're the heavy, you're just a better racer because you have that top speed, and that's kind of the most important stat. In this game, it feels like your character plus kart combo really impacts what you're doing, and also the game just rewards clean driving. So
It sure does.
If you are just driving well and hitting your drifts, then you're probably going to be successful. That being said, my main is Dry Bowser with the Bitty Buggy Kart and Clouds. And I think I use the Azure Roller wheels. The Azure Rollers buff acceleration, and so does the Bitty Buggy. So having Dry Bowser with all the acceleration buffs felt like the right move, and I love playing as him. I think it's great, and he looks hilarious driving around in a little adorable ladybug with wings. So yeah, that's my main, and I'm sticking to it.
That's dope. We haven't played together in a long time. We should jump on and play, and then, lie of the week, tell you how we competed against each other next week.
I'm in.
Still waiting for that Mario Party rematch, by the way.
Listen, when we get to the tip of the hat, wag of the finger, I'm gonna go all into it because there's a lot to discuss there.
Oh shoot! We didn't even talk about this pre recording, so
there's a lot to discuss there. So we'll get into it. But while we're still talking about Mario Kart 8, listen.
Yes.
There's a lot of racetracks. There's 48 racetracks in the dang game, which by my counts, that's a number bigger than 47.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
I got a question for you. What are some of your favorite tracks? Tony and I each picked 4 tracks, by the way. So
Mount Wario.
Mount Wario is also one of my favorite tracks.
Is it?
Yes. Tell the people about Mount Wario and how it's unique and special.
Oh my! It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're at the a snowy mountain summit, just starting at the very top, and the roads are ice, and there are ramps to give you advantages early on, and then you go in this icy cave part that has water running through it, and then you come out of it, and you just start going through this really snowy, woody area after some more little rivers that you gotta go through, and then you just make your way down this whole ski slope area with all these crazy turns in it, and it's so precise, but it feels kind of like a snowy, kind of hard to maintain your balance and your handle kind of thing, and everyone's on you online, and definitely just it's a one lap from top to bottom experience. No snowboard kids lift at the bottom. That's it. When you finish, you finish, and it's just oh man, yeah, it's just an absolutely insane track.
I love the special visual at the beginning of the race where you start off in a giant helicopter and everybody airdrops out of the helicopter to begin their descent down the mountain. And insane. Yes, like you said, this is a one lap race. Once you get to the bottom of the mountain, that is it. It does feel a lot like a snowboard kids type experience. and maybe that's why Tony and I are partial to it, but it really is one of the most varied tracks, has great music, and it's just a lot of dang fun.
It's a lot of dang fun.
A lot of dang fun. And it's one of the most visually pleasing levels in the game too. I think there's just so much going on that it really is a lot of fun. Tony, what's your next favorite track?
I'm gonna pick one that almost didn't make it, but there's so many good tracks in this game. It's hard, but I know I always go overboard with stuff, so I picked 4, and that's it. And the next one is Sunshine Airport.
Sunshine Airport is my number 1.
Wow, dude.
Sunshine Airport, I think, is my favorite map in the entire game.
Wow.
So Sunshine Airport, to take you through, you are racing on a racetrack that starts in the terminal at this airport, and then you jump onto the tarmac, you race through an airplane, and then you take a little jaunt up into the sky where there is a sky track, and then the track loops you around to bring you back towards the terminal, and as you fly towards the terminal, typically you'll see an airplane taking off right overhead. It's just a really well laid out course. I feel like the turns and the aesthetics just really lend themselves to Mario Kart, and it on paper it doesn't sound like one of the more exciting tracks, but it's just one of the more fun levels to traverse.
But could you tell us about it at all?
Plane go vroom.
Thank you. That's all we wanted to hear. No, you nailed it.
What are your thoughts, Tone?
No, I can't even possibly come close to the bar that you just set. You completely gave a perfectly accurate description of how good it is. Yeah, a lot of room to get yourself further and space yourself out from the other racers and stuff, and just aesthetically great, and just very fun, very good Mario Kart experience. I feel like it's a definitely a fan favorite, and for very good reason.
Absolutely. Tony, what's your next one? Maybe we'll have 4 for 4 for favorite maps.
I'd be so surprised if we had 4 for 4, but I'm gonna say that this is the one that we may disagree on. I'm a huge fan of Cheep Cheep Beach.
Okay. You know what? I actually really like Cheep Cheep Beach. Tony, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, you're on a beach, and it's actually a remake from the Nintendo DS Mario Kart, which is an unbelievable Mario Kart. Another Grand Slam, 10 out of 10. And I loved it so much on there, and they gave it a nice revision remake in Mario Kart 8. And you're driving on a little boardwalk, little pier area. You get shot off onto a beach. You could go under the water a little bit. You got some twists and turns at the end. Some, what are those? Coconut trees, palm trees.
Yeah.
A couple of those lying around. Some crabs trying to nibble on you. And, yeah, there's definitely room. I like the skill maps. I don't know how skilled this map specifically is, but there definitely is some wiggle room to advance further at a faster rate, I think. And yeah, just one of my favorites. Probably not a fan favorite from what I could tell. A lot of people don't like it, but if it comes up most of the time, I pick it.
That's fair. It's a really fun map. It's the only beach level, I think, in the entire game, which if you're familiar with the Mario Kart franchise, there's actually a pretty solid number of beach levels. There's usually 1 to 2 per game. And of the 48 tracks, this is really the only one that really fits that bill. I guess you could argue Dolphin Shoals is like that too, but that's more underwater. But
yeah,
I think the aesthetic is great. I think there are some pretty solid spots where you can flex your drifting skills, get those triple drifts off towards the end, and it's a solid map. My next pick is also from Mario Kart DS. And my level is Wario Stadium.
Yo, good pick.
Wario Stadium, which feels like a sequel to, was it called Wario Stadium on N64? Wario Coliseum? What was it?
No, it was Stadium for N64 Wario Stadium.
Yeah, that's weird that it has the same name. Wario Stadium is a sequel course to Wario Stadium from the Nintendo 64. It's very similar. It's got a very, like, motocross dirt bike style racetrack in this big stadium. And there's lots of twists and turns. There's a lot of ramps to jump up and down. And I think this is one of my favorite skill courses. I think that you can really, really let your drifting skills shine and ramp jumping skills shine. And this is one of the races where I will say, if you are a more seasoned racer, this is one of the tracks where it shows, because you can get a pretty insurmountable lead on a racetrack like this. Plus, you got big, strong Wario looking overhead, so what's not to love?
Agreed. Yeah, definitely a skill track for sure, and a very fun one, too.
Tony, any thoughts on Wario Stadium?
That's it. It's very skillful. It's very fun. It's just a really, really solid course. Really good pick.
Thank you. Tony, What is your fourth pick?
Dude, this is such a hard one, and I gotta be a little shy in and give 2 honorable mentions to Music Park and Electrodome. Those all almost made the cut because I love those, but the spot is gonna go to Grumble Volcano.
Ooh, nice pick. My favorite course from Mario Kart Wii.
Really? Yeah.
Is either Grumble Volcano or Maple Speedway Treeway. But yeah, Grumble Volcano. Tell them about it.
It's just, it's rough. It's, I think it's a real skill course, not one I see a lot of people pick online, but I love it. I think it's a lot of drifting and a lot of picking your spots and holding your position and just getting your lines right. And as the laps progress, the course actually starts to crumble like a grumbling volcano, and it becomes even harder to navigate and pick your lines correctly and stuff. But again, I think it just makes it all the more skillful pretty much throughout the entire race, and maybe a little less skillful at the beginning for a couple parts, but most of the time it's a lot of drifting and just a tough course, and I really like that. Most of the time I like the happy beach courses, or the music, or I even like just the first level. I forget the name of it, just Mario Raceway or whatever it is.
Mario Kart Stadium.
Mario Kart Stadium. I just like a good aesthetic, but when it comes down to it, this isn't you're racing around a volcano, which is pretty badass, but like it's not my favorite aesthetically, but it's just the course really makes for a good race.
Yeah, I love it. The aesthetic's great. The music is solid. I love that the first lap gives you kind of a primer on what to expect for the race, and then lap 2 and 3 just get increasingly hectic with like the volcano erupting and fire coming down, fire enemies jumping around, and the level falling apart. Like you said, it's just a really, really solid experience, and it's definitely one of the better like storytelling racetracks.
Definitely.
Now, I got 2 little honorable mentions as well.
Hit me.
The honorable mentions that I have here are Ribbon Road and Neo Bowser City. I think they're just both really fun skill courses. The aesthetics for Neo Bowser City are really cool, and that's just drift the map. And Ribbon Road is kind of sneaky good. But my pick for my fourth favorite, and these are in no particular order, Cloud Top Cruise. Cloud Top Cruise sets you on a course where you are at the top of a beanstalk and you are driving through the clouds onto a Bowser airship and through a thunderstorm, all while Super Mario Galaxy music is playing in your ear. And it just makes for a very happy, nostalgic, and fun experience. What are your thoughts on Cloud Top Cruise?
Man, it's a good pick. That's a really solid pick. It's, it has... Wow, yeah, the aesthetic is unbelievable. You describing it and me trying to picture them being like, yeah, let's have them race with, like, beanstalks and clouds and an airship and a lightning storm. It's just, like, insane. Insanely put together for one nice, large track. And there's a lot of room for error if you're trying to, take the less safe route and just get some boosts going off the stalks. And,
right.
Yeah, and there's some good drifting in there. Definitely Definitely another one of those courses where you just have to be very privy to it and very, well seasoned on it to make sure you always hit the important jumps and get those
Right.
boosts, because those will give you a huge advantage and you really need those to keep up. So there's skill to that as well. It's definitely a really good course. I like that course a lot. It's a really good pick.
Thanks. And Mario Kart has just so many good courses. However, listen, with every game, there's going to be levels or courses that people don't quite like as much. And Tony and I have each picked 2 levels that we think could be improved. And Tony, I'm going to let you lead the way. What is one of your least favorite tracks?
Excite Bike.
I actually like Excite Bike, but tell me.
Oh my god! Come on now.
It's not the thinking man's racetrack.
It's a nice way to put it. Oh, what a bad track! Awful track. I like the idea. Of
What's
them
the
being
idea?
like it's just dirt bike jumps. It's an oval. It's just one stretched out oval, and on the straightaways of aforementioned oval, there are a million jumps to trick off of, and a couple little mud piles to not go into, and some boosters, and that's it.
Hey, it's got that thing where the jumps and everything are randomly generated. So the map is a little bit different every time you play it. I think there's like 4 or 5 different layouts that it could have.
There could be 1,000 and it wouldn't fix it. It is the most boring, monotonous.
It is the least. I would say it's the least skill-based level in the game.
Agreed. I think there is a fat margin of skill difference between Excite Bike and Baby Park.
I agree. Baby Park is definitely a much more skill-intensive level than Excite Bike Arena. For sure.
And I'm not a huge fan of Baby Park, and that just tells you how much I dislike Excite Bike. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
That's fair. I can definitely see why it probably would be towards the bottom if I were to power rank all the levels, but I still enjoy it though. I don't know if it's just the music that I'm nostalgic for or whatever, but I still enjoy it. But I get it. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, the level that I picked, the first level that I picked, I'm trying to avoid the one that I think we both picked, is Ice Outpost, which is from the Triforce Cup. You know what? I think so. Ice Outpost is a race course where you are literally on a racetrack that is driving through a couple of glaciers and in a loop, and it's following 2 tracks that are running parallel with each other, and they kind of intertwine during different parts of the race course. I do think that it's personally one of the most boring racetracks in the game, because you really just stay on these 2 winding intersecting paths the entire race, and it's just really forgettable.
I understand that as well. I actually like this course more than I dislike it, but it is somewhere in the middle ground of power rankings for me. It definitely wouldn't be too high up by any means. But I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's too boring. I think it does have some nice spots where you can drift, and the concept isn't really that good. Yeah, the course intersects once in a while. I mean, that's good, I guess, to have a map like that when there's only so many ideas you could implement in different races, or maybe I'm just bad at game designing, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it, so I could see why you don't like it that much. I think that's a pretty respectable decision. Good pick.
Now, what is your final least favorite course?
Cheeseland! No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I don't mind Cheeseland.
I don't mind Cheeseland, yeah.
No, Cheeseland's not bad. That was just a trick. Everyone, relax. Just a trick.
Got me.
Before you turn off the podcast, everyone's already blowing up Twitter, going sick. Oh, he doesn't like Cheeseland. Oh my god. All right.
All right.
You're not gonna like this. And it doesn't really make sense for me to pick this. But I gotta say, I cannot stand Neo Bowser City.
Okay. I feel like Neo Bowser City is a pretty divisive level. Now, what problem do you take with Neo Bowser City?
I suck at it. Quite frankly, I feel like for some reason, I just didn't play it that much. I never really played it as a. It's not.
It's from
new.
3DS.
It's from 3DS. Okay, I didn't play Mario Kart 7.
I think Mario Kart 7 is probably my least played Mario Kart game total.
I haven't played that one. I haven't played Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance, and I played virtually no Wii and very little Double Dash. So there's a huge array of Mario Kart for me to still enjoy, even though the two that I enjoy immensely.
Sure.
But it's good to know that there are a bunch still out there for me. And, yeah, this is one I just have very little understanding of, and I feel like I'm always knocking into a wall. It's just a practice thing. If I practiced more, I'd be better at it, but I feel like I'm constantly falling off the map.
Neo Bowser has the tightest... It's definitely, like, got some of the tightest turns in the game. I think it's the hardest course in the game.
Probably.
I do think it is borderline unplayable on 200cc. Yeah. I don't think I've ever gotten through a 200cc race on Neo Bowser City without falling off.
That's pretty fair. Yeah, it's pretty impossible.
I'm surprised though we had no overlap on least favorite tracks, because my least favorite track I think is actually going to make you upset. I think this one's going to shock you. I thought this was the one that we honestly were going to have similar with each other, and it's
is it one of my oh go ahead.
It's because it's Rainbow Road from the Nintendo 64.
Ooh. Don't get me started, boy.
I think Nintendo, when it comes to remaking the racetracks, I think they did a 9 out of 10 job, or even a 10 out of 10 job for every single racetrack except for Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road in the Nintendo 64 game is the longest track in the game by a wide margin, and it is also one of the most iconic races in the game.
By a country mile.
By a country mile, tell you what. Which I found out a country mile is just a hair longer than a mile.
Is it really?
A country mile is 10 furlongs, whereas an American traditional mile is about 8 furlongs. Now, I don't know what the hell a furlong is, but it's furry and it's long, tell you what.
Is that accurate? Is it really 10 to 8?
I think it's like 10 to 8, yeah.
That is insane that you actually looked that up.
I Googled it.
and now next week, if anyone's interested in seeing how this podcast gets down next week, maybe, unless this is the lie of the week, but we're not going to tell you, maybe next week we'll let you know what a furlong is.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah. They said it's 10 furlongs, but I have no concept of what the hell a furlong is. So it could be 10 feet, it could be 10 miles. I don't know. It's a country mile.
Thank you for clearing that up.
And that's all you need to know. Now, Rainbow Road for the Nintendo 64 for Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe here is a spit in the eye to Rainbow Road fans everywhere, because they shortened the whole race into a single lap, and I would say that the race is almost unrecognizable when compared to the original track. Unlike all of the other racetracks in the game, Rainbow Road, I feel like, is least similar to its original track, and it just is a boring course.
It is shit. It is absolute shit. You're right, 100%. It would definitely probably be in my bottom 10, even though I don't hate it, and I've even picked it sometimes. But it's a good pick. It's a good pick. I like the aesthetic a lot, but when you're talking about a good race, it's not. And aesthetically, it looks good, but it looks nothing like the original from 64, and I don't know. Yeah, definitely a huge letdown of a race.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just there was so much potential for it, and I bet, you know what? I think the thing that I take most issue with it is one of the shortest races in the entire game. I wish that it was a 2-lap scenario. If it was two laps long, I think it would be much better. But it is such a short race that it feels like it's over before it starts, and you're like, okay, cool. You're not really there long enough to experience it. So I think having that second lap, considering it does loop, really feels like a misstep.
Yeah, it is, to quote you, a real spit in the eye of fans of the N64 one.
Wag of the finger to
Huge wag.
The designers of this level specifically. But a tip of the hat to the people behind, 45 out of the 48 tracks.
Dude, power rankings coming up next week.
Ooh, let's go.
I'll do it. I got nothing better going on.
Maybe we'll save it for a Twitch stream. We could power rank these races together.
Ooh.
I'd be down.
You have Twitch?
I do have Twitch. Do you have Twitch?
I use Twitch. Yeah, I've been streaming on twitch.tv.
/ the Polka Rapper?
No, I don't know my name, actually.
Oh,
it's just like a guest thing.
Oh, gotcha.
What's yours?
Mine is twitch.tv / Bill the Fajita.
Like the Dragon Ball character?
Exactly like the Dragon Ball character. That's how my name was inspired, actually.
You got your name Bill from a Dragon Ball character?
I did!
Dude, your parents are cool.
Yeah, they named me after Dragon Ball. It's wild, but here we are, It comes
Cool
out
parents,
finally that
dude.
my parents are weebs.
That's sick. Yeah, my parents are Italian, so that's how I got the name Anthony.
Yeah, they say, 6 out of every 10 Italian boys born are named Anthony. That's just how it goes. and their middle name is always Michael.
Spoiler alert: mine is not Michael, but I'm one of the rare one of the 40 percenters.
That's true. The other 40% is Christopher, by the way. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I'm not 100% Italian, so there's room for
there's wiggle room there.
Things. But yeah, a very rare exception.
Besides racing in Mario Kart 8, you can also do what's called battle mode. Now, battle mode is something that's been around since the very first Mario Kart, and it is a mode where it originally started with up to 4 players can run around a closed track and throw items at each other, and it's a kind of a last man standing wins type scenario. However, in this game, the choices in tracks are actually, they're better than they were in Mario Kart Wii. I'll give them that. There are 8 battle tracks, and basically they're just wide open areas where you can throw items at each other. And there are a handful of battle modes, I suppose, including Balloon Battle, which is you have 3 balloons or 5 balloons, and as you get hit, they pop, and when you're out of balloons, you're out. Last man standing wins. There's also like a keep away called Shine Thief. There's a coin runners, which it's whoever collects the most coins wins. Bob-omb Blast, which is from Double Dash, where the only weapon is bob-ombs, and it's a similar thing as to Balloon Battle, just highest score at the end wins, or last man standing wins. And then there's a mode called Renegade Roundup, which is like a cops and robbers sort of thing, and it's like a team deathmatch, basically. Tony, what are your thoughts on the battle mode?
I'm sure they're fun, but I've never played them.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think, in your words before we started recording, you said, I think I'm giving the game a huge disservice by playing anything other than online against anybody else competitively.
The racing is so fun in this game that it makes the battle mode that much worse by comparison. Historically, especially, I would say Mario Kart 64 is the pinnacle of this. Battle mode was always something I looked forward to playing Mario Kart 64. You can't tell me that Block Fortress isn't one of the greatest war zones known to man.
I can't disagree with that. No.
The fact that I don't know if it's just that battle mode is not as good as it used to be, or that the races have become so good that battle mode is just that much inferior compared to how it is now. I'm not sure where the line is there.
I think that's kind of the first thought that came to my mind was the racing is just getting so good that it's leaving the battle mode kind of behind.
Right, and that's not to say the battle mode's bad. The battle mode might be good, but I really, in my, 150 hours of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think I have 0 minutes in battle mode.
Agreed, yeah. Yeah. Same.
Which is wild.
Same.
Like, ignoring an entire whole-ass mode that is a staple to the franchise is uncommon.
It's just so, the racing, that's what a 10 out of 10 game will get you.
The racing is so good.
So well
It's just
done.
beautiful. Any other final words on Mario Kart 8?
I love you.
I couldn't have said that better myself. Well done. 10 out of 10.
10
If you
out of
haven't
10.
if you haven't played the game and you own a Wii U or a Switch, play it, get it. What are you doing? Odds are, if you do own a Switch, you do own this game. It is the number one selling game of the Switch as it stands right now. I think second is Animal Crossing. But
Wow.
it's Mario Kart 8. And Mario Kart 8, again, this year was the pack-in bundle for the Switch for the 5th year in a row. So,
Wow. It's
or 4th year in a row, I should say. 4th year in a row.
well, it deserves it, and I just want to put a little disclaimer on what you said. Don't get it for the Wii U if you plan on playing online, because before I had a Switch, I was like, oh, let me bust out my Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, and yeah, I guess they stopped caring about the online because everyone like modded the hell out of it and was just like shooting stars out like they were red shells and hit it. The whole game was just like a complete mess of just like cheaters and no moderation. So if you wanna not get cheated against, you gotta pay for the newest edition.
And it's worth it because you get 7 new characters and you get the DLC included. So there's no downside there.
No, definitely worth it. Definitely worth all $100.
Yeah, I purchased Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U because I was a day one Wii U owner, and I did buy the DLCs day one as they came out. And guess what? I bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe day one when it came out for the Switch, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, can't. I didn't buy the downloads for the Wii U version, but I definitely, and I was only kidding about the $100. I was trying to get you to say, oh, but it's only 50, and I was gonna say, wait, what? That's crazy. It's worth more, but we missed each other.
Sorry,
That's okay.
Sorry, that's
okay.
on me.
Nah. I gotta lob them a little better, You
don't have to forgive me. You don't have to. It's all right. We can move on to the next segment.
We're running kind of long here, but I think it is important to say before we move on that in terms of the soundtrack of this game.
Oh my god, I forgot. 10 out of 10.
Yes, 10 out of 10, but slight wag of the finger for not having Dream Boy / Dream Girl by Johnny O. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, soundtrack's really good. I just wanted to make that
quick
joke.
note: the soundtrack is done by a big band, and every single song that is in the game is performed by a studio band for the soundtrack. And I think that's something incredible that Mario Kart was able to do. I have historically left Mario Kart on in the background while working on stuff just to hear that music play.
Wow.
And it is never a bad situation.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it's solid stuff. Tip of the hat. I'd also like to give a tip of the hat to just my community over on twitch.tv/BuildAFajita. I streamed for the first time of 2022 yesterday, and I could not have had a more warm and welcome return. Played a little Banjo-Kazooie, and it was really just a nice nice little evening. We cracked 900 followers. It was an A+ night all across the board, and
Wow.
it could not be possible without the wonderful people who were there last night. So I just want to thank you guys so much.
Congrats. Wow, 900. That's crazy.
Thank you.
Wow.
You got any tips of the hat, Tone?
Just to the awesome collaboration that is Pokemon and Converse teaming up to create a nice shoe that I happen to buy a pair of and might do an unboxing video.
They look fantastic. I saw a picture on your Instagram. It was like an Instagram story or something you posted, and it was a beautiful looking shoe.
Yeah, just classic Chucks with some Pokemon on the sides. That's the $70 pair. Then there's also another pair, a bunch of other pairs, but there was one specifically where you can basically customize your own shoe and put, between gens 1 and 8, you could pick any of those generations and put each of them on a side of the shoe. So I chose Kanto on one side and Hoenn for the other side.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, for Mudkip I had to Mudkip Torchic. Yeah, and you can customize like the tongues, the back stripe, just like a bunch of different stuff. It's really, really cool. And those were $90, and shoes are expensive, but like I don't know,
Chuck
finally,
Taylors are expensive.
They are pretty expensive for just a pair of classics. But I've been a fan of them for a while, even though I feel like supporting any like shoe is bad, and I didn't even notice until like I bought them. But Converse is like a subsidiary of Nike, so Nike actually owns them. So I guess they just own like everything.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, me either. I always thought they were just like their own popular brand, but no, Nike bought them in like 2014, I think, for like $300 million or something, and which is a lot of money. But yeah, they own that. But I've always been a fan of Nikes too in terms of shoes. So it's just nice to be able to, want something on release day that's, very hard to get, which is anything Pokemon related, and just also a sneaker, which is very hard to get for all the collectors. So the fact that I could just go on the website, they came out when they were supposed to come out, even though I'm pretty sure one of them said 9 a.m., then it came out at 10 a.m., but they updated it prior, so that's fine. But yeah, just happy I was able to go on there and buy them when they came out. No problems with the sizes. The box is sitting right next to me. I haven't opened it yet. The custom pair's coming in a couple months because those take a little bit of time, but very smooth experience. Very happy with all that so far. So yeah, happy for a good purchase and a nice collaboration.
Awesome, dude. I'm happy for you. Tip of the hat to both Pokemon and Converse for putting that good out and following through.
Yeah, not definitely. Like I talked way more about something so insignificant next to your really good stream last night.
No,
that I
please.
was not a part of.
It's all good, Tone. It's all good. No wags of the finger from me to you for that. But I am going to wag the finger to COVID. COVID number 19, to be more specific. So, story time. For Christmas, the plan was for me to go home to Connecticut and spend some time with family and then hang out with several of my friends over the course of the week and a half that I was supposed to stay out there. However, the saga starts out with my girlfriend and I both got really sick right before Christmas. So we ended up canceling our flight out. We spent Christmas back here, and we got COVID tested. Tested was negative. So I started feeling a little better, and I was like, I'm still going to fly home and visit family. I was COVID negative. I'm going to fly out. I get home. Literally the next day, my sister tests positive for COVID, and everybody in my whole house ends up sick. I was supposed to hang out with Tony for New Year's Eve, but I had to back out last minute. And it's so funny because the person that we were supposed to hang out with ended up getting sick like the next day. And I was supposed to hang out with my boy Thrillhouse Max. He ended up getting sick with COVID.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And yeah, I ended up, the only person I ended up seeing was Matt, who came over and we had a socially distant fire at the house. So like we were outside, we were like 8 feet apart, and we just kind of like sat around a fire for like an hour and a half. which was nice. But the other 11 days that I was in town, I was inside sick playing Madden 18 with my dad.
And how did that go?
I went 11-0. Normally, my dad is pretty good at Madden and smokes me about 50% of the time. But I don't know if it's just I've been playing a lot of games and I see Madden differently or something. But we both play on All Pro. So like, listen, we're not on like All Madden or nothing like that. But I don't know. He just hasn't been playing Madden. I mean, to be fair, neither have I. But I don't know. Just the ball bounced in my favor a lot more than his. So
just 11 games in a row.
11 games. I mean, like, they were all close games. Like, 2 or 3 of the games went into overtime. So it's not like anything was like a blowout. The ball just bounced my way every time.
Wow, that's awesome. I always wanted to play Madden against your dad because I like playing Madden, but I know I'm not that good at it, and I know he'd probably beat me. But I used to play against my dad, and like I just want to play against dads, you know.
Story time. Tony and I have a friend, Craig, and I don't know if I've said this on this podcast or not, but there was one time last year where I get a text from my friend Craig saying like, "Hey, I'm in town." Where your dad lives, is it cool if I go and play Madden with him this morning? And I was like, Chief, you're going to have to ask him. He literally went to my dad's house, played against my dad in Madden, lost, and then left. Like, he was only at my house for like a half an hour, got schooled in Madden by my dad, and then drove away. It is just one of the most incredible things. Like, one of my favorite stories of all time.
That's so good.
Man, that was beautiful. Tip of the hat to that experience. Well, I have one more wag of the finger, by the way. Wag of the finger to snow. I was supposed to fly home on, I believe, like a Thursday or Friday. But because it snowed in Connecticut, I had to push back my flight by 2 days. Very unhappy about that because I had to shovel snow for the first time in 4 years, and that snow sucked, dude.
Wow, yeah, you had a nice Christmas.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Tony, any wags of the finger?
No, you,
Wow, Mr. Life is perfect over here. Not a single wag of the finger.
I said I don't like their Excite Bike. Just
Fair
kidding.
enough.
For this segment specifically, I really don't have much.
That's fine.
Yeah, COVID sucks, and snow and ice are both bad, and I try to do my part in being as safe as possible with both of those, and I'm sorry that, not everyone has the luxury of, working with minimal people and just working with smart people and people that are, empathetic and are trying to do the right thing, and even some that are trying to do the right thing but still can, it's a very highly contagious virus, and it's just sometimes very little that can be done no matter how hard you try, and you can't stop the weather, right? Mother Earth's gonna shit on us whenever she wants, and we live in Connecticut, New England, so we gotta
You take those.
shovel snow. Yeah, and I mean, I call out of work. I won't drive. I don't play with that. I don't like that at all.
I'm glad that, well, to be fair, where I live now, it snows as well, but I've never had to skip work for snow because hospitals are like, we don't close, you jerk, so come take care of patients, you nerd. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Hey, Tony, what video games have you been playing this week?
A lot of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I just been going back to my little living under a rock games, playing Pokemon Go battles, and I was playing, I noticed I was playing on Pokemon Showdown. I was playing Generation 8 doubles randoms, and which I actually really like. And I just like learning all the different Pokemon that randoms will bring. And I noticed I was getting a little bit better on the ladder, but I was trying not to, like, a little bit, closer to the, being on the leaderboard, the actual ladder, which is like the top 500 players. And I was like, oh, if I could get that many points and get on there, that'd be so cool. So I set like a little challenge for myself, and then I said, nah, let me not make it a challenge because then I kind of take it too seriously. I just want it to be like a fun thing that I do once in a while.
Right.
But I kept finding myself playing it, and I was like, all right, let me, try to make a push, and then I would stop, and then a couple days later I just was playing, and I just started to kind of catch fire and win some games, and I made the leaderboard top 500, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I was like, all right, well, we got to keep playing, right, and see what we could do. And I ended up just, I didn't lose 2 games in a row. If I lost one, I would bounce back, and I ended up just winning enough games to get me to like 28th in the world, actually, on the leaderboard, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, so my little, I feel like a checkbox off the, Sword and Shield Gen 8,
Yeah.
competitive, and it's randoms, so it's like randoms is a weird format, but it there's like something to it where you kind of have to be ready for different things or know when to really go for the throw and I don't know, just know a bunch of different Pokemon and movesets and items and stuff. It's really, it's one of my favorites, and I'm happy that I got that picture of my name on the leaderboard that high up. I think that's pretty sick. So
That's super impressive. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Tip
How
of the
about you?
hat.
Been playing anything besides Madden 18?
Besides Madden 18 with Pops, there's a couple of games that I've been playing. There's one game that's taking the world by storm right now, and it is called Wordle. It is a daily word game that you can find on it's like a WordPress website where you have 6 guesses to guess a 5-letter word, and people are going buck wild playing this game, and it's a fun as heck little game. Not really a video game, but still, it's in the zeitgeist. We gotta talk about it. Have you played Wordle?
I've never even heard of it, but I like that. Sounds really up my alley.
I'll send you a link to it. It's a fun one. It is a fun one.
Thank you. Yeah, I look forward to stuff like that. I need something to get hooked on, something else.
But there's 2 games that I've really been in the cut with ever since the beginning of the year. When I was home, all I had with me was my Nintendo Switch, and I wanted a game to kind of play while Catfish was on in the background, and my dad was working on some Far Cry. So I downloaded a game called Loop Hero, where it is an 8-bit roguelike deck building auto fighter experience. Very, very cool idea. I probably have about 20 hours into the game right now. You play as one of 3 classes, and you're trying to create a loop and figure out why your memory has been kind of lost in this world of darkness. And it's a really interesting little indie game. I think it came out published by Devolver Digital. Nice little weird game if you're into roguelikes and thinkers.
That's awesome. They're always coming through with the indie pick of the week.
Seriously, I love indie games, man, and I'm always down to try something new.
Yeah, I'm glad you do. It makes it, I think I'm very streamlined with most of my stuff, but you always come through with some out of left field picks that I really like.
Yeah, and it's not expensive. I think it's like a $15 or $20 game. So you're not breaking the bank, which is nice.
Rob me, why don't you?
The other game that I've been playing is Final Fantasy X. Never played Final Fantasy X before, and last year I played Final Fantasy VII for the first time. So I downloaded, I think 10 and 10.2 were like on sale as a bundle on my PlayStation. So I was like, all right, screw it. I like RPGs. Let's mess around and find out. So I'm playing through Final Fantasy X now. I'm about 10, 15 hours deep, and it's the voice acting, I will say, has not aged well. I think it's terrible, and I think the aesthetics are not great, but the combat is really fun, and it definitely anchors the game, and it's really different than previous Final Fantasy games, and they have this like sphere grid system where you can periodically upgrade your characters that is different than a traditional just EXP type RPG game. So definitely a unique experience that I'm enjoying, although I think people who claim it to be one of the best Final Fantasy games are out of their mind. It's a fine experience, but good lord, when people call it Final Hallway 10, it is seriously straight line into story, straight line into story, straight line into story, throwing a couple of boss battles in the middle. Bada bing, bada boom, put a bow on it, call it a day, baby. And that's what I've been playing.
That sounds interesting. but I'm pretty sure something about Mario Party was to come up.
Something about Mario Party.
No, nothing?
Have you been playing Mario Party?
No. But earlier in the episode, I said something along the lines of, I still want my rematch, and you're like, oh, we'll get there, and I kind of thought that was you said you had a lot for that, or something.
Oh, because we were supposed to play Mario Party in person. This goes back to the COVID snow cancellation situation.
Gotcha.
So when I flew home to Connecticut, I was home for like 14 days, and in my mind, I was like, all right, it's going to be me hanging out with Tony, me hanging out with a couple of our other friends. We're going to play a lot of video games. We're going to do some Twitch streams. It's going to be a whole thing. And I was stuck inside my house the whole week when all I wanted to do was play Mario Party with Tony.
Well, it'll happen.
We will rectify this, I promise.
Live podcast, live hangout, and live, Mario Party.
It's going to happen.
But we'll have to make do with some online Mario Party in the meantime, because that doesn't matter. Next.
Then I would like to shout out our fan of the week. This is a new bit that we're going to add to the end of each episode. At the beginning with Johnny O, that was the iTunes review of the week. This is the fan of the week.
Oh, it's different?
Oh, it's different. Yo,
shit.
We're getting wild here. I want to shout out Hatterpillar, our friend who is always there on Twitter to give a like and a retweet. She's a wonderful artist, and she's a fantastic person. So thank you for listening to the show. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry, Johnny O, you just got booted out real quick. And
hey, we'll still be your dad, but Dad's got to do what Dad's got to do.
That is just not what you want to hear from your father. That's really not a good... Are we bad dads?
I mean, yeah. But that wasn't the prompt. It was just that we are dads. The quality of dad is kind of left open to interpretation.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a huge round of applause for our new fan of the week?
Hatterpillar!
Yes!
Woo!
Yes. Dun 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 dun. You just hear the song fading out as Johnny O is just like falling into an abyss. He has like nothing left because the show is everything to him. I'm sorry, we gotta bash people.
Hey, Johnny O, he can't be mad. He is our iTunes review of the week, and you gotta give credit where credit's due, because a 5-star review is a 5-star review. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's all right. Yeah, bring this on. Everyone, bring this up. Bum ba dum bum.
I was gonna start singing like Super Mario and Pokemon and all the games have been to a special place and made us wanna keep playing all night. These are the games of our lives. Brown. You can't tell me that wasn't beautiful.
That was perfect. Tip of the hat to that.
Well, I want to thank everybody for listening to this episode. Really appreciate it. Tony, thank you as always for being the co-host with the co-most. And listen, if you guys want to be the fan of the week, all you have to do is interact with us. It's the bar's pretty low. And you can find us at Games of Our Pod on Twitter and on Instagram. And you can follow Tony at the Polka Rapper on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch. You can follow myself at Build a Fajita on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you again so much for listening, and we are so excited to jump into 2022 with new recordings for you guys. Tony, take it away!
Thanks for listening to the podcast. We had so much fun recording the podcast, and now we are gonna say goodbye on this incredibly awkward note.